I want to talk about how your enemies can be used to uplift you. In life, you always have friends and enemies. You will not miss to have people who would always be fighting you up. So you will either have enemies or you have friends. Friends are those people who will cheer you up. They will add fire or fuel to your flame so that you can be successful. Enemies don't wish you good. So every human being has a fire in him. There is a flame of fire which needs to be maintained. So you have a flame in your life. That's it. But in life, uh, different people, we say you have either firefighters or firelighters. Your friends are those who will want to light your flame. So you will have both firefighters and firelighters in your life. They will. You will have to guard this flame. For this your flame to continue burning, either you will have friends, those who will continue to light your fire. But there are also firefighters who want to put your flame off. That is the essence of life. There is a practical example. One person was hired a job. Somebody offered him a job because he was from a poor background that he can be able to benefit from it. But in essence, he wanted to give him a job which is a low paying job so that he cannot continue with school. This was his enemy. He wanted to, he was a firefighter, he wanted to put his flame in life off. But then, where he went, he was working with a supervisor who was an expatriate. So his potential, and I asked him questions. And he explained that he didn't have school fees to go to school. He said, I want you to leave this job. You will go back to school. I will pay that school for you. He went to school and later completed his higher education and became very successful. So he was uplifted by his enemy. The enemy who wanted to curtail his education by offering him a low paying job. He thought that he had suppressed his flame, but he went on to go and make his flame go up. So at times there are things which will happen to you, which your enemies wish you bad. But in that process, you get blessed by getting many opportunities that you go in life. Take, for example, the story uh, in the book of Esther. Mordecai was a Jew. And actually, one of the advisors of the king, who was called Unan, had a grudge against Jews and they wanted to kill all the Jews in the kingdom, particularly Mordecai, because Mordecai would not bow down to worship him. So he had prepared where he was going to hang Mordecai. All plans were underway, and he had convinced the king that the Jews have to be persecuted. Then Mordecai reached out to her niece, who was the queen. But then, in the process also, the king remembered. The king remembered someone who had done him a favor, and he wanted to reward him because he had told him a secret how people were planning to kill him, which was aborted. But he never really thanked him. So he asked this advisor, what will you do to a person who has done you a favor? Hunan, being so selfish, he thought he means him because he's the only person he can reward because He was his advisor. So he said, okay, you will give me your best horse, dress him with your royal regalia, and then he can be taken around the city, people to appreciate him. He said, good, you have said that. Prepare my horse and prepare all this. Bring Mordecai. It's Mordecai I want to honor. This is the man who none wanted killed. He was plotting to kill Mordecai. But now, through his words, he has chosen that he should be riding on the king's horse with a royal regalia, and they will be honored around the republic. You see how your enemies can bless you. So even you, there are some things, if you see, maybe your enemies have plotted for your downfall. But whatever they are doing, God will turn it on your side, and you will be favored, and you will be successful. That is normal in life. People will always fight you. You can be fired in that job because of politics, because your enemies want you out of that job. Or they want you to get this business idea somewhere here and there. Don't give up. God will use your enemies to uplift you. You will be uplifted at one time or another. That God will bless you in a very fantastic way. That is why you should always remain calm. Even in the most difficult time, at times you go through, you may miss a job or here and there. That one is not the end of it. There are so many examples where people have been brought down only to come up in a different way. Even you can come up and be uplifted by your enemies. Whatever people will talk about you, some will talk ill of you, some for the reason that they want to bring you down, to tarnish your name. But one time, that will be revealed and you will be glorified. So it's always good important that never stay on the same. Enemies will always come. People will always, there is no reason. When you are living in this world, people will always talk about you. They will talk, and when people are talking ill of you, just know that that is when actually showing that you are doing very well. When people talk ill of you, because they say nobody kicks a dead dog. If people don't talk about you, you are mostly like a dead dog. So it's always good that when you are in this world, don't stay very angry of the people saying that, or you keep crying. Remember, you will pass this world only once. You came to this world crying. When you were born, the only way they knew that you are alive is when you were crying. Don't leave this world crying. You owe this world a smile when you live. So live your life to the fullest. Even when you see a lot of disappointments, people causing you disappointment, don't think about it. What do you know the reason why people talk about you? Is they want to frustrate you, to give you sleepless nights, to think about it. Don't give them that room. Just live your life, be happy. And if you want to choke your enemy, just be happy. Even when you meet them, those who talk against you, don't even return. Just be happy. When you kill them with your happiness, they will get disappointed. And if they wanted to go commit suicide, let them commit suicide, because you live this world once and never give people a chance to destroy you. Because you came to this world crying, while the people surrounding you were smiling. So when you leave this world, you need to live with a smile. And those people will be surrounding you. They will be crying. Because if you came to this world crying and you go crying, then you really never lived. You are like a stillborn, as the Bible says. So you have to live your life to the fullest without being driven by what your enemies are. And just wait when God will use your enemies to uplift you up to their great disappointment. I hope that helps you. And